Good morning everybody, welcome to Carnation Crafts TV. I'm Laura, we've got Bunny next door. This is our first show of the day, so if you're joining us now, you're getting the first look at our brand new expansion pack. This is the Serene Swing card. This is so cute. I can just imagine like a little child sitting on it, or you could even put like the cat. Do you know the cat and the cat that we had that was sitting on it was sat on this Vintage Dreams. Yes, it had a lady in it. Yeah, Vintage Dreams. When you said, you could put that on there as well, couldn't you? You can have a little character sitting on there. But this is our Serene Swing Card Shape. So you can see you've got your complete card shape, and you have this swing in the center. Now you can have it so the swing is on the card, or you can have it like this, like an aperture. So the swing could move a little as well in the car. How cute is that? Really, really lovely. Obviously you've got all of the mats and layers in there. You've got that lovely floral pattern to go in those mats and layers as well. But I'm going to go over and I'm going to show you the board so you can see exactly what it looks like. It's a lovely size card as well to use as the card base. You've got that lovely detail. These are florals that you've got in those mats and layers. Now you could put little gems in these. You could go in if you wanted to and add a bit of colour onto those flowers too. But you do have the mat as well to go under them. And then you have that swing element, and you can see you have got the seat separate as well. So you could use the seat in a different colour like that one has there. So you could have it like string and then have a different colour for the seat. Now the aperture part of it, this center bit, has got like our easy aperture cut lines, so you can go in and have it like this as a complete card, or like the one I just showed you where that part is like an aperture with the swing in the center. You just snip those little bits out so you can see you've got those little cut lines there. So you've got different options with that. Now I'm going to grab some samples so you get some different ideas on how you can use these. So you get, and it's nice to see them in different colorways as well. And think of, like I've just said about like the cat, or you could have different characters there. Think of those other collections that you're going to bring in with these. Now all the cards that I am showing you now have got beautiful florals on. Now these are from the Bouquet maker, which we do have on the 2 o'clock show, but we have used it with all of the cards for the Serene Swing card. Now the Bouquet maker has had a brand new colorway, so if you're looking at this and maybe thinking, oh, I've seen this, I want to get it, it looks slightly different, there is a new colorway, so these are slightly different to the original colorway. But the other thing I need to tell you with the Bouquet maker is it is being retired. So as you know, sometimes, you know, Carnation, they bring out these beautiful collections, but obviously they need to make room for new collections. So, you know, at some point we have to stop reordering past collections, and that is what is going to happen now with the Bouquet maker. Okay, so the stock that we have got right now in the warehouse for this, once that has gone, it's gone. There's not going to be any more for this, and it is already limited stock on that. Okay, and we haven't got this show, the specific show where we're looking at the Bouquet maker is not till 2, and we're already limited stock. So I'm just going to give you a heads up, because normally when we do these shows and we have extra bits in, we always get messages. I'm sure Bunny said we've already had an email in asking where these flowers are from. So if you want to jump ahead, then jump ahead. And one of the other things as well, if you get the Bouquet maker with the Serene Swing Card Shape, that's going to put you into your free P&P mark as well. So you'll get your free P&P there. But just a heads up, it's already limited stock. So if you do want to have a look and have a jump ahead at those flowers, it matches perfectly with the Serene Swing Card Shape. But they're just so useful, aren't they? Because they are like individual flowers. You can build them however you want them to be. So you can build them going up the swing. You can make your own little corner display. You can do other things. I'll just grab you the board just so you can see exactly what you get in that. If you are thinking, do you know what, I'm just gonna add the two of them in my basket now so I don't miss out. This is the bouquet maker. So these are all of the flowers that you get in there, and you can see, look, how much you get in there and just how useful they are, because they've got like quite long stems on them. You can use these in so many different ways. Like you could cut these down and put them into little pots or little vases. You can use them like how the design team have. You can use them in the background and build your own little floral display. You can use them in corners. They are just so useful. Now, Bunny's got the code for us. If you want to have a look for these, obviously you can type in bouquet maker, but the code is 200 816. Okay, so that's the code for them. You can see, look, locked in there, and Bunny's just told me it's very limited stock now. So if you do want to jump ahead of us, that's where all of the flowers, and they are all the flowers that I'm going to be using in my demos as well. Okay. Right, so just a quick reminder that this is what we are going to be looking at in the show, the Serene Swing Card Shape. So we're going to jump in and make a card with this. Right, so to start off with, I'm cutting out the actual card shape, and for this one I'm going to leave these in because I wanted to mix and match them up and do some with I've kept it in and some where I've cut them out. So for this one we're going to keep it in. So you cut out your card shape and then just do a score line across the top, and then we're going to glue those two together to give us our card shape. And you can see it's a really nice size card as well. So we've got that there like so. And then you're going to go in and do your mats and layers. So I've got my mats that are going to sit on the bottom and on the side of there as well. So let's pull these off. Bunny's just said she can see these being a really nice card for like Easter and spring. Yeah, I can as well. I think it reminds you of, like, for me, when I was younger, my parents' garden like backed up to like a forest. So like when I was younger, we always used to go and play in the woods, and we had yeah, but we made like a swing by the river, and that's what that makes me think of, like just going down, you know, in the summer, and just being on the swing and being like, oh, it makes me think of, like, you know, those really nice pictures you see of, like, you know, like a child on a swing in like a massive garden, like a big manor house. But yeah, it just makes you think of like spring, summertime, doesn't it? Really lovely. Yeah, Bunny just said it's very reminiscent. It is. It's really nice. I can also see it though, because they have swings. Because you see them a lot now in like wedding pictures where like the bride and the groom sit on a swing, you know, for photos and things. So you could even use it for like wedding cards as well. Oh, but he's just said wedding invites. That's a good idea. That'd be an unusual wedding invite as well, wouldn't it? No. Right, I've cut out now that lovely floral lace panel. So I'm going to put some glue onto these, and then we can pop these in. So this one is going to sit on there like that. Do you know, I think it makes such a nice card shape as well, that even if you wanted to use it for something else, because do you know, when I first started making with this, like, bear with me a bit, but I almost imagined them being like curtains. So if you like didn't have the swing and you took that panel out, you could even use it almost like a window, because that almost made me feel like curtains. And then you could have, like, you know, you could have like the dog sitting behind the cat, or you could have the naughty pet. You could have the cat. Do you know what I mean? You can mix them up in different ways as well. So I do think it's a very usable card shape. So let's add in some of the panels now. So I've got the other side here, so we'll pop that on there. Oh, we've had a message on YouTube from Michelle, Bunny's telling me. Oh, and she's saying, hello, lovely people. Hello, Michelle. And she's saying, another fantastic concert. Thank you. Oh, that's a nice message. And Carnation do come up with some really good ideas, don't they? I always think, like, do you know, sometimes you think, oh, I think they've made all the type of card shapes. Like there's no more types of card shapes that they can be, and then all of a sudden there's another one. You're like, oh, why didn't I think of that? Right, so the swing, so you can see the swing comes onto you like the rope and the seat is attached, and then you get the seat extra as well, so you can make that into a different color. Now I've just cut this out onto some Elevate, so because I wanted this to be white, because I didn't want it to stand out too much, but obviously with it being white on white, I still wanted it to actually stand out. So I've cut it onto Elevate so that this just gives it that pop then, so this will still stand out. So I just need to pull this off of here. And it's a nice way to show you as well that even using something like this with Elevate still works. So I just need to pop the middle bit out. She says that. Right, let me stick that in the bin because otherwise it'll end up stuck to my head or something. Right, so what I'm going to do now is pop this bit. So what I find easiest is to just, the top bit, I find it easier just to kind of put that where that's going to be. And then you can just bring the swing down. But can you see how even though it's white on white, it's still just, it stands out using that Elevate. So don't be afraid, because even though that's quite thin, of using your Elevate, give it a go. And then I'm going to just pop the seat in as well, as we'd cut that on there too. So we'll put that on there so that stands out. There you go. So I can just imagine like the little cat. Oh, you could even, do you know what you could do if you did it like a outdoor theme, so with the flowers and stuff, you could have like a little bird sitting on a, oh, Bunny, do you know what you could do? Do you know what you could do? Do it red. So have the flowers all cut in red cardstock so they look a bit like poinsettias, and then have your swing and have your robin sat on the swing, and then just a little Merry Christmas. Oh, she agrees with me. Well, there you go. Yeah, it's kind of like the flower that in different colorways, it's going to change the look of it completely, isn't it? Right, so I've got the same perfect paper now that I've just popped on there, so that seat just stands out that little bit more. And then we're going to add in, let's pop the sentiment in, and then we can just use the flowers then. So I've got "You Are Wonderful," one of my favorite sentiments. So let's pop that on. I think it is Petals and Threads. I need to, do you know what I need to do? I need to like go through the warehouse and hunt what sentiments are there, because I don't feel like I've got that many sentiments, so maybe that's why it just feels like I use the same ones all the time. So I'll have to go and have a look. Right, I'm just going to put a bit of tape on the back of there. I'm just going to put 2 on. So we're going to pop this on, and I'm going to put this on. No, I feel like it needs to be on the bottom. So we'll pop this there. Right, and then what I've got is I've got a couple of the different florals and the foliage from the Bouquet maker, okay? So I've got some of the leaves, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to build this so it kind of comes up the string of the swing. So what I'm going to do, because you do get these really nice long stems on here like that, so they're really nice, so they're really useful because you can now put that into a pot and snip them down. They could be coming out of a vase. You've got different options because you've got that longer stem on there. So let's just grab some pin flower, and then I'm just going to build this up then. So let's pop one there, and then I'm going to do the same thing I think for most of these. I'm going to cut those stems down, and then what I like to do is just go in with my foliage first, just to kind of see where everything's going to fit. And then I'm going to mix this one up, and then I can just go in then and tuck those flowers in where I want them to go. So I'm going to put this on that side. I'm going to cut that a bit. Tuck that in there. Right, and then let's add some of these florals in. So we've got these lovely blue ones, and what I'm going to do for this one, because I want them on the actual swing, I'm going to snip the stems off, so you can see the kind of, you've got that nice little cluster. And then if we just do that, now look at that, you could use that any which way, couldn't you? You could use that for absolutely anything at all, just cutting the stem off. Oh, that's a nice idea. Yeah, so Bunny's just said you could, if you cut the swing, so I know I've cut mine like on Elevate, but you could twine that flower around the actual swing. I'm just trying to see if there's one here with it on. Oh, look, that's a nice idea as well though. Who did this one? Barbara, look, has actually just snipped the flowers into individual flowers and added them on like that. That kind of looks like a wedding card, doesn't it? So that'd be really pretty. Oh, yeah. Baby shower card, Bunny's just said. That's a nice idea. So I'm going to just put these in there. I've got some of the little daisies, I'm going to say. It's gotta be. Well, I'm saying it's gotta be, so that doesn't really go board much, doesn't it? Let's add a couple of these in, and then you can just, this is the fun bit, isn't it? It's a really nice card to go in and decorate, which is what we like to do, isn't it? We don't like to be able, you know, sitting there thinking, oh, I can't work out how to put this together, or how is this supposed to look. It's just a really nice card that comes together really quickly, but still looks really unique as well. So I'm going to tuck that in there like that. Come to the top. And then this one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to snip that in half. And I'm going to turn that around. So we're going to put that one there at the top, and then this bit I'm going to snip that stem off, and then just snip that bit so it just looks a bit cleaner where I've cut it, and then put that there like that, and then I'll just add 2 more of these little daisies in. And what I like about cards like this, if you make and sell, like if you're getting this and the bouquet maker, which is what I'm using, so these little flowers now, you get them in blue and a pink colour. So you could essentially make this exact card twice in 2 different colours, so it would look completely different to make and sell. And that is such a standout card when, because of the card shape and the base, the dies have done all the work for us. We haven't had to do anything ourselves. And then you could do it in, so that colour is the other colour of the flower. So you could essentially make the exact same card in that blue and then that pinky colour. Just, yeah, maybe change the sentiment. Or you could even cut little tags like that. And then when you're out, you could just say, well, what sentiment do you want on it? Or just have little circles with different sentiments on, or just take a little stamp set with you, and then you can just pop that on. But they just look, I think the bouquet maker on this, they just work so well together, really, really well. But obviously everything is in that Serene Swing Card Shape, has done all the work for us to give us that unique looking card shape, something really different with that swing in the middle too. So it really, really does draw your eye, and it really catches your eye. Right, I'm going to grab my next demo. So this one, we'll do this one because I know this has got that aperture, so we'll do it the other way for this one. So let me, right, so cut the card shape out, and you can see then I've just gone in and just snipped away the center part. Okay, it's just those little easy apertures, really easy to go in. I think there's like 4 or 5 of them just holding that middle bit together. So it's nothing complicated at all. You're just going to snip those out, and that'll give you that lovely aperture in the center. So you've got your aperture style, or obviously like the one we just did, where you could have it like that. Right, so we're going to put that there, and then I'm going to glue the swing in first, just so that sets while we put the mats and layers in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the top of that, and I'm going to put that there. So the swing is just going to sit like that in the middle of the card, like that. And then I've got another one, and I'm going to stick this on top. So it's just going to help, you know, support that. And obviously, because this is going to be the part of the card that can move, so just having those 2 layers of cardstock is just going to support it that little bit more. So I'll just add some glue on there, and then just put that just straight on top of there then. Oh, without sticking it to your finger. There. Right, so we'll leave that dry, and we'll pop our mats and layers in while that is drying. So let's grab some foam tape. So I've got obviously some craft card there for the base, and then I'm going to use the blush natural then for the mats to go on top. So that is going to sit on there, and then let's pop this one on the other side. Do you know what I've just thought? Cardstock would look really nice with this. The creme brulee with the bouquet maker. Do you know, because those yellows, that would look really nice. If you missed the Clean and Simple, the new launch, Glorious Gardenia. Oh, the cardstock that comes with that is a new colourway was it, I've just said creme brulee. I couldn't think what it was called then. I was like, I literally just said it. The colourway is creme brulee. It is a lovely, it's like a, yeah, it's like a yellowy cream colour, but that colourway would work so well with the bouquet maker, with the yellows and the creams in there. Yeah, it would look really lovely. Right, so I'm going to pop these on. So we've got those mats in there, and then I've got the floral lace designs then, and I've got those in craft card as well. So I'm just going to pop these in. So just add in some glue onto here, and then we can put these in. So we add that one on there, that, and then add these in. So, but I do like the blush natural. I don't think, as much as I like the creme brulee, it hasn't taken blush natural off the top spot yet. I don't think. It is a strong contender. So let's add. Right, let's add the last one along the bottom. Oh, a bit too much there. Right, so I'll pop that there. So we've got all of those layers in, and then that swing should be dry there. So you can see now that will just sit there. I know, it is really cute. I can just imagine just having one of the characters on there. I think it would look so cute. You can just imagine like one of the little dogs or the little puppies or something sat on there. Really cute. Or you could have like your Easter eggs and things and have like the rabbit sat behind it, couldn't it? It looks so nice. Right, so for this one, I have got love. So I'm gonna Floral Dawn, this one is from, and so I'm going to add a bit of glue on the back of here. So I've done the same colourway. So the love is in blush natural, and then I've got the matte cut out in some craft card. So I'm just going to pop that on there like so, and then this is going to sit along the edge of that card like that. But what I'm going to do, where's my, right, so I'm going to put some pin flare on there. So I want this to stand out. Ooh. So let's add, and then we're going to just pop that along there, like that. And then what we're going to do is I've got a couple of different flowers here. Oh, I've forgotten to add my seat in. Let's add that. So I've got the seat for the swing cut out in blush natural. So that's just going to make that stand out a bit more. Put that on there. Right, so we've got the seat, and then I've got a couple again now of those different flowers. You can see we've got some of the foliage, some of the flowers, so you can see them all there. What we're going to do is kind of build this up. So I want some of the flowers to come this way, and then some of them to stand out but there, so that it's just going to break that away from the back of the card. So let's add these in. So I'm going to start off with some of the foliage. And then just work my way down the card, I think. I think they're just such a usable set. Do you know, the fact that you can just snip into them, you can use them with vases. It's not like a set, like a floral display that you know, it's just one piece that, you know, you could cut into, but like this, you could make them into absolutely anything that you wanted them to be. So let's just go in. And also, considering it's a floral, a bouquet, you get quite a lot of different colours in there as well. So I feel like you could use it for lots of different occasions as well, because you do get quite a nice mix of colourways in there. And especially because, like we said, so the ones that I'm using now are the Recolor. So does that mean that they'll have two colourways? Yeah, so you'll have the original colourway and you'll have the new colourway. So the new colourway is all the flowers that you can see that I'm using now. But the ones I showed you earlier on the board, this is the original colourway. See, like those, they're like a really dark pinky purple, aren't they? Like more of a red colour, whereas those are more of a pink tone. So you can see like they've changed from purple to like a pinky colour. So you've got different colourways. And obviously, and that's what I was saying, like you get a nice mix of colourways there, but then you've got that one plus the new one as well. So you could even mix and match, yeah. So you could print out the two different colourways, and then you'd have, like, essentially, you'd have, like that one, you've got the pink and the baby blue that we just used. You'd have 4 different colours of those flowers. So you could print out the 4 of them, cut them out, and then you've got 4 different colorways of the same flower that you could mix and match up. So there's lots of ways that you can mix these up and use them in different ways. And then because you've got them in different colorways, you are going to use them for different occasions as well. It's not something that you'll keep for, like, you know, just your spring summer cards. It'll be things that you mix in all year round. So I'm going to add in a couple of flowers here down the bottom as well, just to even that out. And then let's add another one up there. Put one there like that. And then I think we just need a little bit more. Should we come all the way down? Or should we go like that? You should. Yeah, coming this way, like leave that gap, or do we fill that gap? Fill. Yes, I've got some little pink ones as well. Do you not want the little pink ones? Oh, you want the little pink ones. Oh, right. Okay. So, but you can just make them work for you, can't you? You can add them in. And I'm going to cut these again so we can get a couple of different bits of pink in. So we'll add some pink here, and then we can add this one. I'm not going to cut it because I'm going to have that bit covered, so I think I'm going to tuck that bit in there like that. You can just have so much fun with these. You're just going to lose yourself. Yeah, and think of all of those collections you can bring in with these. You could just build up your own little display, building this up. And now I'm going to have to put another something there. Let's stick that out, and then we can add that. Yeah, I'm going to stop. Right, so then if I lift that up now, so then a little swing. Oh, I think it's so cute. It's nice as well that you've got the option though of having it like that, you know, or having it like that, so you can have it flat on a card. So if you didn't want that aperture design, or then you could have it like that, and you could, like I said, you could put something on there as well. Oh, do you know what you could do? Do you know if you've got a picture of like your grandson or your granddaughter or something sat on a swing, you could cut it out and you could stick a picture on there. Yeah, obviously you'd have to make sure it's kind of the right size, but like you could cut it out, couldn't you, and have like a, you know, yeah, like an actual picture of somebody on there and just cut that out and they could be sat on a little swing. Really, really nice. But that is using the Serene Swing Card Shape. So you've got it there. It's 260114 if you want the item number. You can type in Serene Swing Card Shape on the website, or you can scan the QR code there next to that. Now it's $22.99. That is going to go up at midnight tonight. Midnight tonight, that price will go up. You do have your P&P with that, but let me just mention quickly, if you are thinking about getting the bouquet maker as well, that will push you into your free P&P mark if you're thinking of getting the both. The bouquet maker is limited stock as well, and the bouquet maker is being retired. So we don't have any plans right now to bring any more stock back in. It's getting retired. So once the stock that we have in the warehouse is gone, that's it, it's gone. So if you do want to grab that, to add it in there to get your free P&P. And we are telling you that because when we started the show, Bunny told me it's already very limited stock, and our show on that isn't until 2 o'clock. So if you want to jump ahead and grab that, then please do. Now I'm just going to go over the Serene Swing Card Shape again for you. So you've got that card shape in the back. So that's what you're going to use every time to give you your perfect card shape. You've got those mats and layers then that you can add in on the side. The florals in here, we were saying just now, they could be, they're kind of a generic floral design with that lace pattern behind them, so that you could use those for Christmas, it could be Easter, it could be a wedding card, you could use them for lots of different occasions. And you've got that lovely swing then in the center that you can use like this, so it could be at the front of your card, or like that one that we just did, you have got that easy aperture design on that center panel, so you can snip that out and have it like that, so it's an aperture, and then you can have some movement on that swing. Okay, right, I'm going to grab some different samples because we've got 2 boxes here, so we'll go through some different ones so you can see some more from the design team. And again, all of the flowers in here are using the bouquet maker too. And then we've got one here from Vera, so you can see there with that lovely swing. Oh, and there you go. It's so cute. I think anything with movement, especially if you're making cards for children, anything with a bit of movement, and they'll absolutely love it, don't they? So you've got another one there, so you can see bringing in those florals again, decorating the swing there, having some on the bottom. Yeah, other card shapes that you've got, you can bring them in. Oh, do you know what I've just thought as well? Do you know just the actual swing? How many of you at home have got a die of a tree? And you could put this under the tree. So you could have like a little swing. We have got a big tree, and I can't think for the life of me what it was. We've got a couple. Wild Beauty was one. There's another one as well. Dreamland Safari. We've got Wild Beauty. Bunny's having a thing. But if you've got one, you could use it like that. That's a nice idea as well of, you know, even though you've got that swing, you don't have to use it every time. You could just build your flowers there in the center and have that lovely lace paneling around the back. Oh, this is a nice one. I like the colors. Sue's did that one. Look at that. That's pretty. That's really like fresh, isn't it? Really, like that's a proper spring. We're going into spring. It's starting to get warm. No, in my head, you know, I'm going into spring. Everything's getting warm and everything's looking all pretty. And then we've got another one there. Vera did that one. Valentine's. Oh, you could. Oh, do you know what you could do? You could have like the little dogs kissing under the swing. Two of them sat on the swing. Oh, do you know what I've just thought? I can't tell you what it is. Bunny will know what I'm on about, but next week is obviously launch week, and there's a die that is going to fit on there perfect. Do you know what I'm on about? Yeah, yeah, wouldn't it? You could, yeah, you could put those on there. So right, if you are, I would say get this, and then you need one of the dies that are going to be in the launch next. It's Monday, isn't it? Monday and Tuesday, because they will fit perfectly. I think I'm gonna have to try it now. I'll try it, and then I'll show you on the show if they fit, because I think they will. We'll give it a go, but I think if they fit, that is going to be the cutest card ever. Really cute. So there's just so many ways that you can use them, and obviously you will. I know I'm saying about the collection that's coming up Monday, but there will always be something else as well that you think, oh, that would look perfect by the swing, or that would look perfect sat on the swing. I mean, that looks so pretty. Sue did that one. Just having the swing there, using your mataleers of your circles. How stunning does that? And that is such a lovely way of showing you how to use that bouquet maker as well. Really, really pretty. And then my last one then, I've showed that one, haven't I? I've showed that one. Yeah, I just wanted to show it again. It's such a lovely one. Barbara did that one. Right, I'm just going to pop the samples back in there. And then I'll grab my next demo. Right. I need some. Where have I put my? Do you know when you pull things out and then and then I lose them? Yes. And I don't think this is just me. I think this is just a crafter's thing. Like things just walk. They get up and they walk off your desk, is what I've decided. They do. Everybody will agree with me. That's exactly what happens. Right, now, you all know now I like to use acetate. So I thought, like, if you couldn't see so much of the card shape and you had the swing, I thought it would look really cute. So we're going to try, I haven't tried this yet, so we're going to try it together. So what we're going to do is so I've cut out, so I am using the Carnation Crafts acetate, okay, so we have got acetate on the website. So I've cut out 2 of the card bases to start off with, and I'm going to put, no. So what I'm going to do is I've folded the top bit, and we're going to, before we stick that on there, the other one that I haven't scored. So what we're going to do is, and actually, do you know what, I'm going to use glue just for speed. Now, always use red liner tape, but I'm going to use this because otherwise you're going to be watching me pull a load of tape off. Right, so what we're going to do is, if I can pick this up, pop that on the back of there. Okay, so this is the back of the card. So let's grab the other one. So let's add that. And then what we're going to do is add this on to the card shape then. So I am going to use a bit of red liner tape for this, just so I know it doesn't disappear anywhere, or when I pick this up it doesn't fall apart. So let's just add, I'll just add a little bit so I can move on. So let's just pull that and that, and then this will just set on there like that. Okay, and then we're going to do the same thing on the bottom. I've forgotten the bottom bit, so let's just add that. And like I said, now if you're doing this at home, red liner tape all the time. That is going to sit there like that. Now obviously you're going to see that glue. Obviously I'm using glue, like I said, you're going to be using red liner tape. So cut another one out, and that is just going to sit on top then. So that red liner tape you're not going to see, okay? So let's just add these in. So you're just covering any of your glue, any of your workings, you're going to cover up. So let's pop these on, and I am using, so the acetate is the acetate from the website, and the cardstock I'm using is the Blush Natural, which again is on the website for you. So add that, and then the bottom one, pop that in there, and then we've covered any bits that will have glue. So any bits that you see that you don't want to see, you've now covered up. So let's add in the lace panel next. So we can add some glue. And what I've also got as well is I've just grabbed some enamel dots that are available on the website too, which would fit perfect in those little flowers. So you can see you've got lovely colours in here, the nice pastel colours. And Bunny is going to grab the cord for that for us, as they are really pretty. And you do have them in those different sizes as well, so you've got the perfect size then for any type of floral you want to add them in. You'll have one that'll fit. $3.99 they are. You get all of them. 84. Oh yeah, 84 enamel dots, high quality, glossy appearance, adhesive backing, 6 colours, 3 different sizes. You've got 4mm, 6mm and 8mm for $3.99. That is such a good deal. Code, if anybody wants it, is 230719, or obviously you can go in and type in enamel dots and that'll come up. But that's a really nice one to add in. I can't believe that's $3.99. Right, now where's my swing? Let's add. Now I've done same thing I'm going to do for this swing. Okay, so what I'm going to do is add some glue. Oh, that's way too much on the front. Let me just take a bit of that off. I did way too much on there. Right, and then I'm going to put one on the inside. And then grab another one, and this then is going to go on the outside. So again, you're just covering your any of those glue areas that you don't want to see. But like I said, if you're doing this at home, red liner tape is what you're going to be using, okay? add that in there. Right, so there's a piece of paper. What is that? There. It's annoying me. There, it's gone. Oh, it's a bit of glue off my hand. That's what it is. Right, let's add in my sentiment, and then we can bring in our florals then. So I'm going to add in the sentiment. I've done this in the same colorway, and I think it's a nice way of seeing just, I think that would make such a lovely wedding card. You know, see it all in the same tone. Yeah, I just think that would be, that could be such a nice wedding card for somebody, couldn't it? So we'll add that in. Oh, so Bonnie's just telling me that we've had a message of Kylie on Facebook. And she said, "And ordered this, I love it." Oh, you are, do you know what? If you think you love it now, you're going to love it even more when you start playing with it. And you start just having some fun. And I think that's what it is as well. And I think, I always say, but I think when you've got a card shape that you don't have to stress about and you don't have to worry about, because it looks really interesting, but it's actually really easy to bring together. Like the hard work's done for you. Because sometimes you can know, like I've done it before, where I know exactly what I want to put on my card. You know, like I know exactly what theme the card is going to be, and I'll have, you know, the things that I want on the card out. I just, sometimes you sit there and you look and you just think, oh, I just don't know where to start. I don't know, you know, what type of card to make. And, you know, when you've got a card shape like this, that's taken away from you. You don't need to worry about, you know, thinking about, oh, what card shape do I do? How am I going to do this? You know, that's all done for you. You can just worry about the nice bit of going in and decorating and thinking of those nice things that you want to add in. Oh, we've had a message as well of Pearl asking if there's artwork for the card shape. There isn't artwork for the card shape because it is a card shape, so it's been designed to be used with like your perfect papers and your card stocks and things like that. So there isn't a download for the actual card shape itself. However, you do have two different colorways. Oh, actually, so Bonnie's just telling me now, there's actually 3 different colorways for the florals for the bouquet maker. So you're going to get the original one, then you're going to get the recolored one, which is the one I'm using. So you're going to get the original colorway, then the recolor, which is what I'm using, and then you're also going to get an in the courtyard version as well. So it had peacocks in it, and oh yes, I do. And it had a card shape in it that had made a little box, and it had a fountain in. So it also had a colorway for that. So if you get the bouquet maker today, you're going to get 3 different colorways that will all be available for you right now on the website. Wow. And the Serene Swing Card Shape has now just jumped up to 20% of the stock of that is gone. Bunny is saying she's not sure about the bouquet maker because obviously, so we've mentioned the bouquet maker early because we're using the florals from the bouquet maker with the Serene Swing card. The bouquet maker is on the 2 o'clock show, but we are already very limited stock on the bouquet maker and it is retiring. So when that stock that very limited stock has gone. We will not be bringing it back. It is being retired. So when that stock from the warehouse is gone, then that's gone. It's not going to be reordered back in, because obviously, you know, carnation need to make some room in the warehouse. But yeah, you're going to get so much in there. And do you know, if you're ordering this and the bouquet maker, you are going to have so much fun when you get this home, and you can just sit there just decorating your swing card shape, and then yeah, just grabbing out, you know, maybe those perfect papers. Maybe you're going to grab a paper pack that you haven't looked at for a while. It's just, it gives everything a new lease of life, doesn't it? That you can just go in and have a look at it. And especially if you're getting 3 different colorways, you know, you can essentially print out 3 different colors of the exact same flower and just go and mix and match them up, and you're going to have so much fun just playing with these. Such a usable set. Right, and all I'm doing now, like you can see, like the little, I love that. I think that's so pretty. Use them in a vase. You can use them in so many different ways. So all I'm doing now is just going in and I'm just adding some florals around the sentiment. So we'll add that in there, and then don't forget as well, if you are going on the website, or maybe you're going to wait until this show finishes and then jump on and do your ordering, do not forget as well about the enamel dots too, because I do think they are perfect. And like 84 enamel dots you've got in there for $3.99, so they will last you a while too. So now I open that up, and then that. So I'm just holding it that way because if I put it down, the light's on it, so you can see without the light. But I can so imagine like the little dog or like a little bird sat on there, or even like the little dog or the cat sat here. You could put, you know, a bench here in front of it. There's so much that you could do with these. You could build up, you know, think of all those grounding elements that you've got that you could put on the front of here. You could build up maybe a scene behind there as well. They're just so usable. Really, really pretty. Really easy to use as well. So, which I think is one of the most amazing things. Really nice and easy to cut out, and then you've got that card shape there. So that does bring us to the end of our first hour, but me and Bunny will be back at 12, and we're going to have another look at the Serene Swing Card Shape, and then hopefully there'll be some of the bouquet maker left, and we will see you for at 2 o'clock for a show on that. So see you in a bit.